Have you ever wondered why good people sometimes suffer? Have you ever faced a difficult season in life and asked, why is this happening to me? When pain comes without explanation, it can leave us feeling confused, discouraged, and alone. The story of Job is one of the most powerful stories in the Bible because it explores these very questions. It is a story about faith in the middle of suffering, trust in the middle of uncertainty, and hope in the middle of loss. Job was a wealthy and respected man who lived in the land of Uz. He was known for his honesty, integrity, and devotion to God. Job had a large family, many servants, and great wealth. His fields were full, his flocks were numerous, and his life seemed blessed in every way. But what made Job truly remarkable was not his wealth. It was his character. He was a man who sought to do what was right. He cared deeply about his relationship with God and regularly prayed for his family. To everyone around him, Job appeared to have the perfect life. But a great test was about to begin. One day, a series of disasters struck Job's life. The first messenger arrived with terrible news. Enemies had attacked and stolen his oxen and donkeys. Before the messenger could finish speaking, another arrived. Lightning had destroyed his sheep and the servants caring for them. Then another messenger came. Raiders had stolen. Before the messenger could finish speaking, another arrived. Lightning had destroyed his sheep and the servants caring for them. Then another messenger came. Raiders had stolen his camels and killed more servants. The bad news kept coming. Each report seemed worse than the last. Then came the most devastating message of all. A powerful windstorm had struck the house where Job's children were gathered. The house collapsed. All of his sons and daughters were killed. In a single day, Job lost nearly everything he owned. And worst of all, he lost the children he loved. The pain was overwhelming. Most people would have responded with anger. Some would have turned away from God completely. But Job did something remarkable. He fell to the ground and worshipped. Through tears and heartbreak, he said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Even in his grief, Job refused to abandon his faith. But his testing was not over. Soon, Job's health began to fail. Painful sores covered his body from head to toe. His suffering became so severe that he sat among ashes, scraping his skin with broken pieces of pottery. The man who once enjoyed comfort and prosperity now lived in constant pain. His appearance changed. His strength faded. His life seemed to be falling apart. Even Job's wife struggled to understand what was happening. Seeing his suffering, she urged him to give up. But Job remained faithful. Though confused and heartbroken, he continued to trust God. Before long, 3 of Job's friends came to visit him. When they saw his condition, they could hardly recognize him. They were shocked by how much he had suffered. For 7 days they sat with him in silence. No one spoke. No one offered advice. They simply shared his grief. At first, their presence brought comfort. But eventually, the conversations began. Job's friends believed suffering only happened because someone had done something wrong. They assumed Job must have committed a hidden sin. Again and again they urged him to admit his wrongdoing. But Job knew he had not committed some secret crime that explained his suffering. He defended his integrity. At the same time, he struggled to understand why God had allowed these things to happen. The conversations grew longer.
the debates became more intense.
Job poured out his frustrations, fears, and questions. He cried out for answers. He wanted to understand why his life had changed so suddenly. Why had he lost everything? Why was he suffering? Why did God seem silent? These are questions many people still ask today. For a long time, Job received no answers. Only silence. Then, something extraordinary happened. A mighty whirlwind appeared. Dark clouds gathered. The wind roared across the landscape. And from the whirlwind, God spoke. Job had spent many chapters asking questions. Now God began asking questions of his own. Where were you when the foundations of the earth were laid? Can you command the morning to appear? Can you control the stars? Can you govern the oceans? Can you understand all the mysteries of creation? One by one, God revealed the greatness and complexity of the universe. He spoke about the earth, the seas, the sky, the animals, and the wonders of creation. Through these questions, God reminded Job that his wisdom is far greater than human understanding. There were things happening beyond Job's ability to see, things he could not fully comprehend. As Job listened, he realized how small his understanding truly was. He had been searching for answers. Instead, he encountered the greatness of God. And that changed everything. Job humbled himself. He admitted that there were mysteries beyond his understanding. Though he still did not know every reason for his suffering, he now trusted the one who did. His faith had survived the storm, not because he had all the answers, but because he learned to trust God's wisdom, even when life did not make sense. After this, God instructed Job's friends to seek reconciliation. They had spoken incorrectly about many things. Job prayed for them. Instead of holding on to bitterness, he chose forgiveness. And as Job prayed for his friends, a new chapter of his life began. His health was restored. His relationships were restored. His blessings returned. Over time, Job received even greater blessings than he had before. His family grew. His wealth increased. His life was filled once again with joy and peace. Job lived many more years and witnessed generations of his family,